I'm sure you know you're on to bystanders at newsstands on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle still remains my name, and I'm taking you on today's edition of Bystanders at newsstands, your number one super review program. Let's see what we have on the front page of Daily Sun newspaper. Was the Daily Sun saying at the newsstand was it dishing out to the public? 2019 presidency, Atiku gives Supreme Court 66 reasons to sack President Muhammadu Buhari. Atiku gives Supreme Court 66 reasons to sack Buhari. Let's check out the rider. 6 nullification of tribunal's judgment. 6 nullification of tribunal's judgment. APC, they are on their way to final destruction. They are on their way to final destruction. APC is telling PDP that PDP is on its way to final destruction. And let's check out the story on top of this paper. Masob, BIM, demands release of members in prison. Masob, BIM, demands release of members in prison. Buhari reports UK firm P&ID to UN. Buhari reports UK firm P&ID to United Nations. Says Koi wants to scam Nigeria. All right, we have another story here, which is on Sowore. Court orders release of Sowore, rejects extension of detention. Court orders release of Sowore, rejects extension of detention. Of course, you know Sowore has been under the custody of the DSS for some time now, but the court has ordered for the release of Sowore. Okay, wife orders protest in New York. Wife of Sowore orders protest in New York. Early passage of 2020 budget in jeopardy. Early passage of 2020 budget in jeopardy. We have a lot of stories here, but these are the stories we have been able to read to your hearing. Let's join our reviewers for more talks. I'll be right back. Atiku, giving Supreme Court 66 reasons to sack Buhari. Yeah. So, what's your own take on this?
Okay, let me start with Sowore's issue. To me, people believe that Sowore, some believe he's not supposed to be arrested, that he's exercising his right and liberty as granted in the Constitution. But equally, some believe that you cannot be mentioning revolution without attracting government negative response. Because to the Nigerian, when you mention revolution, it means ordinary balance, it means violent change of government. So, but I'm happy also that we are in a democracy. He had been locked, and the court has given the order that he should be released. So whatever the case, so as not to be subjudiced, I believe the court will take care of that. But on Atiku's issue, now Atiku before this incident, Atiku claimed to have won the election by 1.6 million votes. I was following all these things. Now let's assume Atiku won with 1.6 million votes. The question we should ask is this. He claimed he got the information through INEC server. And the electoral law, which was used to conduct 2019 election, was the one they were used in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. There was no provision in the law that allows for electronic transfer of results. I voted. What you can only say is that the card reader can accredit, which can be transmitted electronically. But where if each voter voted cannot be determined electronically. It was collated manually from ward to national level. Now, if you look at the written address of Atiku, in his final written address submitted to the tribunal by his lawyers, I read everything. They later argued that they won by 200,000 votes. Now, what is the difference? There is now a shift from 1.6 million as claimed by server to now 200 and something thousand. That shows inconsistency. They should have, I expected Atiku to have proved the 1.6 million lead logically, not revising it to 200 and something thousand. But from day one, I already know that that's case. To me, Atiku, I may be wrong, just wanted to do it so that Nigerians will feel he won the election, so that by 2023, it will have been seen that his candidate to beat. Because people will have said he won in 2019. They use incumbency factor to deny him. So this is the right man for the job. But to me, Atiku actually has no case. And I will give one reason. If you look at the entire 17 states that make southern Nigeria, I mean south, 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 west, southeast, Atiku won 13. Now, if APC could not rig Oyo, controlled by APC governor, could not rig Ondo, could not rig Edo, where the national chairman of the party came from, they couldn't rig those states to favor APC. And what is Atiku now talking? You won 13 out of 17 states in the south, and you are still claiming that the election was manipulated. I believe you should go and check how they manipulate election. Even if APC is a saint and they want to manipulate, they will have done it in Oyo, their stronghold, Ondo, and whatever will happen, you have to go to court and prove it. They didn't do it. Now he's claiming that they deducted his vote in the core northern state. The question we should ask Atiku is this: Kwankwaso that promised to deliver Kano, after he lost all the 44 local government, has Kwankwaso come out to deny the election result? And I don't know, but Nigerians, because of our emotion, we tend to go with the fact that this our candidate, he must be there at all costs. The truth is this: Buhari won his vote in the core northern state of northwest, northeast, where there are a larger population of voters. So that is my take.
They are now in court. DSS have taken Sowore go to court now. Let's wait and see. There's no more shortcut for anybody. They have reached the court. Let them continue the battle. So after they finish their accusation and counter this thing, so I see what the court will give. That's it.
Okay, let's move down to another story here. 2019 presidency, we're still on it. Article gives Supreme Court 66 reasons to sack Buhari, 6 nullification of tribunal's judgment.
Of course, he's fighting his right. But I count it as a medicine after death. Yes. 66 points. What is he running? What is he looking for? Only we Nigerians, we are so ambitious, too much. Once you try to reach certain place and you leave it.
There was a time he brought about 400 witnesses to the tribunal, 400 witnesses and some other lawyers.
It was just to feed those people fat. Are they going to, all these people, are they going to cost free? You're supposed to give them something now. That's it.
And at the end of the day, he lost it at the tribunal.
He will lose the appeal as I'm watching.
The Supreme Court.
Yes, he will lose. I'm not the politician, but as far as the handwriting on the wall, I see that there's no impact.
Well, I think the last time we spoke on this issue, I told you that is the next thing online. So because, like I've said earlier, the outcome of the judgment, the outcome of court judgment is very, very ridiculous. So, and if you go through people's opinion on social media, on conventional media, both, the law experts, so I think everybody are pointing an accusing figure at the judiciary as an arm of government. Like I said the other time, when, in a nation like this, where the separation of powers is not in existence, where the executive is trying to muzzle other arms of government, so this is the something you will be expecting. So, but in a nutshell, the what's next in line is for Atiku to appeal the judgment, because the judgment is a total shambles. So let's be sincere with ourselves, because every issue raised was being neglected by the judges. So the issue of certificate was raised, the issue of SAFA was raised, so many fighter issues were raised. So, but none was given due attention. So, because you can't tell me that a president must not possess a certain certificate before he can qualify for an elective position. So, because he does not even speak well of Nigeria as a giant of Africa. So when when the court is now telling us that just only spoken English and written is enough to become a president, that means we are in trouble in this nation. In the first place, our standard of education is getting worse. So when you are now discouraging people not to bother to pursue the academic career, to pursue their education. So can't just understand this. So I can't understand this. The judiciary, they are creating a lot of problem to the problem on ground. Are you getting it? They are creating more problem to the problem on ground already. So and there are many questions to be answered as far as this issue is concerned, which people are expecting the Supreme Court as the apex court of the land to address. Because when you see the situation whereby the judges are playing the role of respondent lawyer, so it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. So that is not expected. That is not what we are expecting from a temple of justice. That is no more a temple of justice. It's not a temple of technicality. Let's be sincere with ourselves. We are now having affidavit president. Buhari is an affidavit president. I don't miss what to say that. Because when you have a president that cannot produce common school certificates, so it's very terrible. So there are many things that the judges fail to look at. This very man claimed that he has a school certificate with the military secretary, and they came out and denied it. So what evidence do you need again? What evidence do you need again? So, and even though their own witness even testified against them in the court that they didn't submit any document, any certificate when they want to join the Nigerian army then. So all these things is even enough. But you know, when we have the judges who don't live abroad, are you getting it? So who doesn't have courage? I told you the other time, the judgment was given under intimidation.
Under intimidation.
I must tell you the facts. And they are not courageous enough too. So that is just it. The matter have to get to Supreme Court. So, and we are waiting for what's going to come out of the Supreme Court.
Now, okay, I wouldn't want us to go deep into this, because if we start mentioning the 66 reasons, I don't think we will leave here today. But what do you perceive at the end of the day at Supreme Court?
Well, with evidence on ground, I'm expecting Supreme Court to be fair to all parties, to give judgments according to law. They let them interpret law. They should not be giving judgment on technicality. Are you getting it? Let them give judgments according to constitution and evidence. So you don't need to read anybody's body's language before you give judgment.
But there have been talks that our presidency owns the judiciary. Is it true?
Of course, of course. In a situation whereby the president appoint the CJN, appoint the Supreme Court judges, what do you expect? What do you expect? So there should be a kind of restructuring in that judiciary.
They should be independent.
Yes, they should be independent, and there must be a kind of restructuring whereby the president will not be the one to appoint the judges or the CJN. It's very wrong in a case like this.
All right, let's quickly move to our Omoyele Sowore. Court orders release of Sowore, rejects extension of detention. I saw Femi Falana yesterday. I was watching him. I saw the way he reacted to the matter, and he said that the court has granted him the release. So what's your own view on this?
Well, they are just trying to, they are just trying to muzzle the masses. The one who are buoyant enough, those who are outspoken. So, like I told you sometimes ago, this government they don't want criticism. They just want to be running government the way they like, and nobody should talk. And it will not work. It will never work, because the current situation we have now in this nation is terrible. So everybody will not be sit down and look. So those who are courageous enough, those who have vision, who have vision for this nation, they will not sit and be looking when things is not going on, when things is going on, other way around. Are you
protest?
So what I know is that they can't keep him for long. That is the truth of the matter. All these frivolous charges against Sowore will not stand at the end of the day.
But he has been accused of treason.
There is nothing like treason.
Even money laundering.
There is nothing like that. If they can accuse Sowore of treason, Buhari also committed the same offense. So that Buhari also have to be charged for treasonable felony, because he has also made mention of revolution. So Tinubu has made mention of revolution. Nobody arrested them, because we were under the democratic leader then. That was during Jonathan. So democracy gives freedom of speech. Are you getting it?
Buhari also made
Yes,
during Jonathan's time.
he enjoyed that privilege. He enjoyed that freedom.
And nothing was done to him.
Yes, and now he's trying to cage people who are trying to let their voice.
Yeah.
Yes, who are expressing their view. So it will not work. It will not work. That is just it. All this matter at the end of the day, it will just disappear. It will fizzle out. I'm telling you the facts, because it will not stand. So people will not keep silent. People will continue talking. We will continue shouting. We won't relent. That's just it. All this one is a total rubbish. So that's what I see.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. K, always a very good contributor on this program. Till I join you next time, keep watching Bystanders at Newsstands on Flip TV. I still remain Michael Adekunle. Of course, someone behind the camera, always behind it, Lateef Adeboale. In the studio, Michael Ojo. Have a good day.